my car is now ready. So let's go out and see what these new wheels look like. Hello guys, and welcome to this Volks Wizard video, which is one I've been looking forward to making for a very long time, because I finally get to swap out those widely disliked 18-inch Richmond wheels that are standard on my brand new Golf GTI Clubsport for a set that I feel are much more in keeping with what you'd expect from a hot Golf. Now this actually goes back a lot further than the 1st of March when I collected this car, because it was pretty clear by the end of last year that there wasn't going to be a factory style that gave me what I wanted. Not even the factory option 19-inch Adelaide wheels you could have spec'd on this car really did it for me. So knowing that one day I would own a hot market Golf of some sort, I set about looking for an aftermarket wheel that gave me exactly what I wanted, and that is good looks, a better stance, as well as retaining OEM quality. And today we're going to find out if all that hard work has paid off, because we're just about to set off to Prestige Wheel Centre on the north side of Birmingham, where they are going to fit those wheels. And I can't wait, so let's get over there now and get them fitted. Okay guys, here we are at Prestige Wheel Centre, located just to the north of Birmingham. In fact, these guys are literally just around the back of the Jaguar factory in Castle Bromwich, which funnily enough was built in 1940 to assemble the Spitfire aircraft for the Second World War. I say funnily enough because once again today we're going to show the Germans that we know better when it comes to things made out of aluminium. Now, I've been coming to Prestige Wheel Centre for many years. I've never bought any wheels before. I've been coming here to get wheels refurbished, which as a car dealer I have to do quite often. They do everything in-house, including diamond cutting, which is something you see more and more often on modern Volkswagen Group cars. In fact, I'm actually going to go and collect some up GTI wheels right now, which have been refurbished here. So I'll show you those in reception. The car's ready to go in the workshop. So let's go in reception now and have a look at what's in there. Okay guys, well, welcome to the reception area here at Prestige Wheel Centre. So if you're buying wheels or getting them refurbished, this is where you come. This is where I've been getting wheels booked in for ages, and while I've been standing here I've been looking at the various colours I could go for if I wanted to, but generally I just say do them exactly the same as they left the factory. But as you can see, there are many different silvers, many different greys, so it's really important that you come somewhere where they can get that right, because if you get that wrong on a car it can look really weird. They're actually very good at doing one wheel to match the other three, so you know, a lot of places you'd have to get four done so they all look the same. Here they can pretty much match just the one to the others. They also do diamond cutting as well, and that reminds me, down here are my up GTI wheels. So these had a little bit of curbing, they stripped them back all the way to bare alloy, they paint them gloss black, then they diamond cut the face, and then they lacquer it all, so they're as good as new. I've started actually keeping these in stock because now the car's getting older, quite a few of them have got curved wheels. As well as wheel refurbishment though, they're a very big distributor of alloy wheels to other dealers and also to retail customers like me. One of their big brands is Vossen, not a company I'd heard of before I came here, but they've been going for 15 years. Started in Florida. I think they pretty much make everything still in Florida. They've got a big range of wheels, from cast wheels to forged wheels, and the hybrid forged wheel, the one I'm going for, is sort of a mixture of the two. So it's got some of the attributes of a cast wheel, it's got a cast face, but the barrel is flow formed, so it's a real good balance of strength and lightness and price. That's kind of important. So yes, that is the brand of wheel I'm going for. The model though, I'll show you shortly, because yeah, it's taken a lot of consideration really as to what would suit my car, but as it turns out, the manager here, Sean, had had them on his car for 2 or 3 years, and every time I've come, I've seen them and I've gone, yeah, that looks really good. Sean's had them on an S3. I thought maybe they might look better on a GTI. Well, we'll find out soon. But while we're in here, I might as well have a look at some of the other Vossen wheels. So these are the proper forged wheel, where all this is engraved into it, and these are, yeah, quite an expensive wheel. They also make wheels for other companies. This is Novitec, who are a famous Ferrari tuner, and these are Vossen wheels, but Novitec branded. That's another forged wheel there. I think these are the cast wheels. So these are probably the cheapest ones, but hybrid forged are not actually that much more expensive. So that wheel there is from 525, and that's in a matte gunmetal, which is a really, really nice colour. There are other custom colours you can go for. These are the colour palettes that you can choose from. Right, well, I think my car is now ready. So let's go out and see what these new wheels look like. Okay guys, well, what do you think of my new wheels and tyres then? The more I look at them, the more I realise Volkswagen only fitted those 18-inch Richmond wheels to make you want to upgrade, because we've only gone 1 inch bigger, but the change in style just has such a massive effect on the overall look of the car. So I've gone for the Vossen HF2 in tinted matte gunmetal, one of 2 standard colours. The other one is a gloss black finish with a diamond cut face. That also would look pretty good, I think. It's a 19-inch wheel, it's 8.5 inches wide. That's half an inch wider than the factory option 19s and a whole inch wider than the original 18-inch Richmonds. The HF bit of the HF2 name, as I think I said earlier, means it's a hybrid forged wheel. It starts off life as a cast wheel, but the barrel on it is stretched using flow forming, a sort of heat process, and that gives it some of the attributes of a forged wheel. Basically, it's very strong for its weight, but you don't have the massive increase in price over a cast wheel. All Vossen wheels are TÜV approved, which means they go through an extensive durability assessment by the famous German testing authority. But if the worst does come to the worst, to replace this wheel is about half the price of a 19-inch Golf Pretoria wheel from Volkswagen. Now let's talk about the tyres then. So it was more luck than judgment that this car came to me on Goodyear tyres from the factory, because there was one of 2 other brands it could have come on. But during 2020 I became a big fan of Goodyear tyres, simply because when I bought my Golf GTI TCR, the owner had ditched the original Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres and fitted it with F1 Assymetric 5s, simply because he wanted a better all-round tyre he could use during the winter. And that's kind of how it worked out for me. I did 6 months, 6,000 miles on those, and I found them to be a brilliant combination of low noise, very good dry grip, very good wet weather performance, particularly when it came to aquaplaning, as I found out in a torrential downpour on the M40, and also they were much better on fuel than the Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres. Now this car actually came originally on F1 Supersports from the factory, which are the next tyre up the Goodyear ladder, but I've gone for F1 Asymmetric 5 because they have a better ride comfort, because they have a softer sidewall. And that is important because this car on 18s is only just acceptable when it comes to ride comfort for me. So I didn't want to lose any of that by going to 19, so I went for the F1 Asymmetric 5. I'm pretty sure they're going to perform just as well on the road, because don't forget, we've got a bigger tyre now. So we've got a 235 35 19, so it's a bit wider. It's got less sidewall, so 35 section instead of 40. So I think it's going to perform very adequately for fast road use. If I ever do take the car on track, which I sincerely hope I will, I'm going to be running it on Goodyear's F1 Supersport R, which is their take on Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. So it's a track focused semi-slick tyre, optimised for dry grip, but it still works in the wet. You just have to be a bit careful when it comes to standing water. Okay guys, so you've seen how the car looks on its new wheels and tyres. You've heard the theory of how it's going to perform. Let's now go and see how it really drives. Okay, well, when this car was on its original 18-inch wheels and tyres, even though it felt quite firm on first acquaintance, it actually seemed to loosen up a bit, and it was only really on imperfect, slower roads in built-up areas where I kind of regretted not having ordered a car with dynamic chassis control so I could just bang it into comfort mode. However, I don't drive those kind of roads very often. In every other situation, it's actually been very good, including challenging British B roads, which is what a GTI is all about. These kind of roads can tire many a performance car, but on its original 18-inch wheels and tyres, this Clubsport was just fine. It's almost with a bit more energy to deal with. The suspension sort of showed its breeding with incredible body control and very, very well judged damping. And the good news is this car feels very similar to how it did before. I think that is largely to do with the softer sidewall on the Asymmetric 5. I'm running these tyres on 41 psi, which is exactly the same with the 18s. It's actually hard to know exactly what to set it to because the tyre sticker doesn't really say whether it's 18s or 19s, and the manual is of no help at all. But I felt just keeping a level playing field with the 18s was a good place to start. So that is a relief, I've got to say, because it was a bit of a worry of mine having fitted these wheels. Tyre noise seems to be actually better than the Supersports, which is good because I do a lot of motorway work and you really can get a bit worn out by a noisy tyre. MPG, well, we'll have to wait and see, but I think they're rated both the same when it comes to the EU tyre labels for fuel economy. But we've got a wider tyre now, so we're running a 235 instead of a 225, so there's more rubber on the road and the wheels stick out a bit, which causes a bit of drag. So it could be a little bit worse, but does that really matter when you've got wheels that look this good? I don't think so. Now this car's just about to clock up 1,000 miles, which means I can start to enjoy it. It's literally on 999 miles now, which just a happy coincidence. So a lot of people ask me, do you still need to run in the car? Well, you do. It's actually in the manual. It says you've got to be really gentle for the first 500 miles, and then for the next 500 you still need to avoid sort of full throttle and higher revs. So I've genuinely not taken this car off over 4,000 RPM yet, which, considering that the Clubsport comes into its own at 5,000 RPM, I think is a bit of a shame. I think we need to fix that right now. Why don't we even put it into sport mode as well? There we go. 1,000 miles just by the national speed limit, so let's go. Oh my god, this car is quick. Yeah, I can't believe how quick that felt. So I want to do it again, but I don't want to have a mishap with the cyclist. So there's a bit of open road there. Wow. And yeah, you can feel, it's firm road's not perfect and it's handling it really well, so that's a really good result. Anyway, I'd like to say big thanks to the guys at Prestige Wheel Centre for helping me choose the right wheels and helping me make this video, and also of course big thanks to you guys for watching this video. As ever, if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, please do comment, please do share it, and please do subscribe, and please do click that notification icon as well, because thanks to the support of you guys, I've finally been able to book a Volkswagen UK press car for review, and I'm pretty sure it's the car you guys really want to see on this channel. So yeah, click the notification icon and you'll know as soon as any new videos drop, and I'll see you for that very soon.